Have you ever just wondered what the best essential oils are to build a strong immune system and overall strengthening your body? It's Terry Seacrest here, and I'm excited to share something with you today about a collection of oils that I've been using for 25 years, raising 3 healthy children, and it's one of our all-time favorite collections. It's called the Golden Touch One Kit by Young Living. And why do I love this collection? Because it's got a combination of white labeled oils, which are actually food grade, supplement grade, certified for internal use in very small amounts, and colored labeled oils that are soothing when we rub them onto the body and put them into our cold air diffuser. So it's just kind of like a 1-2 punch. Well, my all-time favorite oil that many of you have been asking me about this week is called Thieves. And this is because this is a synergistic blend of 5 single oils in the white label that we can put a few drops in our water, and it is a powerhouse for the immune system. Why is that? Because it contains oils like cinnamon, clove, lemon, eucalyptus radiata, and rosemary. My goodness, you know, in the country of India in ancient times, cinnamon oil was such a treasure. It was so expensive, it was traded on the world market like you would trade gold or silver. That's what a commodity cinnamon oil is. Lemon is so special. Not only does lemon smell happy, it's just a happy fruit. We all love lemons. It is very good for having a strong, healthy white blood count. And so all of the oils in this are synergistic for supporting a healthy immune system. That's our Thieves oil. Our next oil in our colored label is called RC, which stands for Respiratory Comfort. So the way that we have used this for years and years, just a few drops in our hands and just breathe it. You know, the name stands for Respiratory Comfort. It actually has 10 single essential oils in this blend, which makes it so powerful in the body. When you wake up and you just feel like, wow, you know, my chest just doesn't feel so great. I just feel kind of, you know, a little bit tight in my chest. We like to take that and just rub a few 2 or 3 drops on our chest. You can put 2 or 3 drops on your lungs, even on the bottoms of your feet, and in your cold air diffuser. And that just kind of helps to open up your lungs, and it's very comforting to those areas of the body. That's your RC. One of the main ingredients is eucalyptus globulus and myrtle and marjoram. Again, 10 different oils in that blend. Well, another favorite in our family is Raven, and my clients love this oil. They're always calling me from around the world saying, Terry, thank you for introducing me to Raven 10 years ago. I'm still using it today. We use it the same way. It is also comforting to the lung area. Once again, just a few drops. Let me tell you what's in it. Raven Sarah, lemon, wintergreen, peppermint, and eucalyptus radiata. If you've been a little bit lazy, you know, and you haven't really been taking care of this area, this is when you want Raven. And I love to put it on my chest before going to do a workout in the morning to just help, again, to open up my lungs and help me feel strong before going to the gym in the morning. It actually kind of gets me out of bed and gets me putting on my tennis shoes, going to the gym. Really good for the overall body. Well, our next oil that we've absolutely fallen in love with, and all of my children use this one all the time. It's called Melrose, M-E-L-R-O-S-E, Melrose. This is a blend of 2 types of eucalyptus, rosemary, and clove. I know many of you cook with rosemary, and when you smell rosemary when you're cooking with it, you just automatically know how good the smell is for you. Clove. just do your own study. I want to encourage you to go to a website and do some study on clove to understand the antioxidant properties of clove oil. And then once again, the eucalyptus oil. This is a great skin oil, awesome skin oil. When you have some kind of skin irritation, this is an oil that is very powerful to protect your body from fungus, mold, and yeast. When the children were little and they'd say, Mommy, you know, my ear hurts a little bit, it just kind of hurts. We just take a cotton ball, we put a couple drops of the Melrose in the cotton ball, and we just rub it around that ear, never pouring oil into the ear. Don't ever do that. And that is so comforting and nurturing to that part of the body. And again, good skin oil. If you fall down and you've got a cut or a scrape, Melrose to the rescue. You know what? We nicknamed this kit our Winter Rescue Collection because that is what it has done for our family and our clients all over the world. The next oil is amazing. It is a vitality oil called Endoflex. I'll bet many of you have already tried this or heard about it. This is an oil, women, this is your oil. It is supportive to the hormonal system, to the endocrine system. Your endocrine system, your hormones are all interconnected, and it's also connected to your metabolism. If you say, you know, Terry, I don't overeat, but I just cannot shed those pounds, you may need to be boosting your metabolism. Endoflex, oh, the smell of it is amazing. You know, when I have a client in my office, I always ask the women who are over 40 to smell this oil and ask me if they love the smell of it. And especially if they're having these weight issues and not being able to shed those pounds, we get them going immediately on the Endoflex for the support. Just to let you know, a couple of the oils in this: spearmint, sage, geranium, myrtle, nutmeg, and German chamomile. Fantastic blend of oil. Again, in the white label, a couple of drops in your water is fantastic. Listen, this video is never meant to prescribe or diagnose anything. Always check with your doctor before starting any regimen of essential oils, okay? Just be wise, be smart, check with your doctor. Well, the next blend is an absolute lifesaver. You don't ever want to travel without it. It's called DiGize, and DiGize is for the overall digestive system, especially if you had some water that's kind of iffy that you're not so sure about, or some food that might be contaminated. I never travel abroad without this DiGize. It is a synergistic blend. I can't even mention all the oils in it, but just a couple: tarragon, ginger, peppermint, fennel, lemongrass. This is a very important, powerful blend to have with you at all times, especially to put a couple drops in your water if you're drinking water that you're not really sure how pure it is. It will really, really help for your digestive system. Finally, you can see why this is one of our favorite family kits. Finally, our last oil is actually an amazing oil called JuvaFlex. Why is it called JuvaFlex? Well, it is very good to support your overall liver function, the health of your liver, to help keep your liver clean. And here's the issue: if we're eating the typical American diet, which I'm sorry, but it does contain a lot of chemicals in the typical diet, our body doesn't know how to get rid of those chemicals. So we've got to have a way to cleanse our liver. Otherwise, it just builds up and up and up and up, and we're in trouble before you know it. And so again, we like to just put a drop or two in water. You can also, according to, checking with your doctor, take a drop or two in an empty gel capsule as well, if that's easier for you. This contains things like fennel, geranium, rosemary, Roman chamomile, blue tansy, and helichrysum. Powerhouse for this area dealing with the liver. So you're going to read a lot more about this in my book, Essential Oils, God's Extravagant Provision for Your Health. You know why I put that title in there? I believe that God is extravagant, and that when he gave us the plants and the flowers and the trees and the shrubs on the third day of creation, he gave them to us to keep us healthy and strong. That is why Adam and Eve were put in a fragrant garden. They were put there because we were meant to live around plants and trees and fragrance. And so this is here today to help you bridge that gap for what we don't always get in our diet. You know, the soil isn't as good as it was 1,000 years ago. So a carrot is only as good as the soil that it was raised on. So these beautiful oils take hundreds and sometimes thousands of pounds of plant material distilled at a very low temperature using a steam distillation just to come out with 1 pound of rose oil, any oil, excuse me, but 1 pound of oil. And so it's a beautiful thing. You know, as a certified wellness coach for years and years and years, the only thing I recommended to people was to improve what they ate, the food they ate and the water that they drank. But now we also have these powerhouse essential oils that we can add to our good foods and to our water and to healthy thoughts and having good things come out of our mouth. You know, we need to be in faith, not in fear, and in knowledge. By having knowledge, we can have confidence. And by being proactive in our family's health, that is the best defense. So it's Terry Seacrest. I want to wish you an amazing day and a joyful and healthy day.